Good morning. What a beautiful day to be outside in Forsyth County. The Big Creek Greenway is Forsyth County's most popular recreational asset. It spans a total of 18.5 miles, starting right here where we are, going all the way up to Sawney Mountain Preserve. And if you look at the Greenway at any time of the day, you constantly see people on it, walking, running, biking, doing whatever they need to do to stay physically fit. It's a true treasure in Forsyth County, and it takes you on a journey of nature, and it gets you away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But there is a cost to do that. Nearly 1/3 of our Greenway is composed of boardwalks that are spanning environmental areas such as the Big Creek itself, wetlands, and different elevation changes as we work through the county. It requires frequent maintenance, and we have a crew that we dedicate to the Greenway every day to make sure that it's inspected, fixed, and in good working order. It also requires frequent maintenance as a capital investment of the county. And as your Parks and Recreation Director, I am proud to be here today to open the southernmost phase 1 of the Greenway that starts here at Halcyon and expands up to Union Hill Trailhead. It's 2.5 miles of newly renovated boardwalk, and then also opening the trailhead today in conjunction with our partners from Roca Point and Halcyon Group. Before I get started talking about the project, I want to recognize some special guests that we have here today with us. For the Forsyth County Commissioners, we have Chairman and District 2 Commissioner Alfred John. We have District 5 Commissioner Laura Simonson, and we have District 3 Commissioner Mr. Todd Levant. We also have our county executive team, our county manager Kevin Tanner, our assistant county manager Mr. Brandon Kinney, and our other assistant county manager David McKee. I want to go over a general overview of the renovation that we had of the Phase 1 Greenway. First of all, any good project, you have to start with a great engineer and architect. And about 3 years ago, when we were having no problems whatsoever with the Greenway, we brought on Heath and Lineback. And today we have John Heath and Patrick Peters here representing Heath and Lineback. And they have just done a tremendous job. They came to us with the specialty of the Atlanta Beltline and doing bridges and greenways. And they've been a true blessing to work with, because the Greenway is a really complex beast, and with all the environmental areas it's in, it does require knowledge of Army Corps permits and Georgia permits as well. So they've been a tremendous asset to us, and getting them started with us 3 years ago has just really kept us ahead of the game here as improvements needed to be made. The general contractor for Phase 1 of the renovation was Exelier Construction. Luigi Hernandez and Daryl Chambers. Are Luigi and Daryl here today? Good. Thank you. Y'all did an excellent job with that. I know tough work wading through the swamps and tearing it out while you're building it as well. So they're also working on Phase 2 of the Greenway that we have up near Fowler Park right now. So we're happy to keep them going. From the county side of things, our capital projects manager for this was James Weldon. And he's not able to be here with us today, but I did want to recognize him. And then Tommy Bruce from the Parks and Recreation staff coordinated with James and the contractor. Finally, Roca Point was our partner for the Greenway Trailhead here. And Mr. Phil Mays is here from Roca Point with his team, and he's going to come up and speak. I know he'll do a lot of recognitions there, but I did want to recognize from Roca Point Danielle Handy. Danielle I feel like I've known Danielle for like 20 years now, because it seems like we've been working on this. And I remember one of the first days she started, I said, so, you know, buildings are going on over here, but where's the trailhead that's in the agreement? Where's that going to be? And she just pointed over here to a blank piece of land with nothing on it. So it came from that point to develop where we are today in this beautiful complex that we have. So Danielle, thank you for all your work and partnership and keeping us involved with everything through. As far as the Greenway itself, I told you that we have a park staff that is dedicated to maintaining it on a daily basis, so I do want to recognize them. Matt Pate is our manager of our Natural Resources Division, and we view the Greenway as one of our great natural resources that we have. So Matt, Matt's over here. Carrie Toth is our natural resources supervisor that spends a lot of time focused on the Greenway. Tim Daniel is our crew leader, and I don't know if Tim is here right now, but I know he was running around working. All those guys were this morning. And he has a team of 2 full-time workers, Kyle Carney and Perry Lair, that work on the Greenway every day. Those guys have a tough job, very unenviable, but they do a really, really good job. For phase 1 of the Greenway, that was a $5 million project that the county invested in. It was replacing infrastructure that was about 16 years old. It was the first section of Greenway that was built in Forsyth County under a T-SPLOST program. Way back in the day before greenways were even popular. And I remember as a professional back in the day, when you talked about building a greenway, you said a good budget estimate is for about a mile of greenway, it cost about $1 million. And this was back about 20 years ago. And yeah, I think if you're building on a flat strip of land right here, if you're building a sidewalk, $1 million per mile might get you somewhere. But right now, greenways have become so complex that it's going about $6 million a mile. And that's the popularity and how complex they've become. So the phase 1 of renovation has taken a little while. We had a lot of issues to overcome with that. We took a greenway that was primarily 2 miles worth of boardwalk that was made of all wood, and replaced it with a new design that has a new steel truss system underneath. Since it floods a lot as it is in swamps, the steel's going to last us a long time, and we've kept the wood decking on there to give it that natural look as we go through the woods. It's easy to replace the decking boards. It's hard to replace the under truss system. So we look forward to the new steel design that will last us a long time. One challenge that we had with this greenway is phase 1 is primarily located over top of a sewer line that serves the southern end of Forsyth County. So if you ever have any issues with the sewer line, you have to get to it immediately. And so we had to build it in a fashion where our water and sewer department could easily access it in case there were any issues. So that created some issues as well. Of course, I talked about the approvals that you have to get from the state of Georgia and the Army Corps of Engineers. And then finally, right when we were doing this project, Forsyth County has the blessing of building a new road that is going to be a great asset to our traffic control in the county, and that is Ronald Reagan Boulevard, extended from the collections all the way down to what you see right beside us here. And that new road of Ronald Reagan bisects the Greenway phase 1. So there was a big bridge that's being put over top of the Greenway. So we had 2 major construction projects going on at the same time, and we had to be cognizant of each other and work, have our contractors work together on that. So that created a little bit of delay in what we were doing, but hopefully in the end we'll have two great projects that serve the community well. As far as the Halcyon Trailhead, where we are today, it was actually a detailed land swap partnership that we had with Roca Point. This property that we're on initially was part of the Halcyon development with Roca Point, and the county owned a piece of property that is on the other side of the housing complex here. And so this agreement was that Halcyon or Roca Point would build the Greenway parking lot and beautiful restroom building that we have here, and we would swap the properties. And so that is completed now, and so we have it all developed. And one exciting thing to point out here is once we leave this trailhead and we go straight down Ronald Reagan, that takes us to McGinnis Ferry, and that takes us to the county line. And when McGinnis Ferry is expanded, we will have a culvert that goes underneath the road that connects the Forsyth County Big Creek Greenway to the city of Alpharetta's Big Creek Greenway, which connects to Roswell and thereon. So our 18.5 miles has just been parlayed to even more of an experience for those that want to travel. So those are my remarks about the project itself. And so I am honored to turn the ceremony over now to Mr. Phil Mays, the principal with Roca Point Partners.
All right, don't everybody take the chairs. It's good thing we have these. It gives us a buffer from our construction people. As I start to think, some people, Ryan Rogalski, who probably a lot of the Forsyth County folks know, has really been instrumental to all the construction here at Halcyon, and also looking quite dapper today. But anyway, it's a great day out here today, and really fitting to have this day as the day of the opening officially of the Big Creek Greenway Trailhead up here at Halcyon. It has been a great partnership with the county. I'd like to recognize the county commissioners here. We work very closely with Chairman John, Laura Simonson, Todd Levent. Kevin Tanner's been a great addition to the county over the last couple of years, and we really appreciate his leadership as well. But in any event, as we first looked at Halcyon, now getting, I hate to say probably 5 or 6 years ago, when we first looked at all the land up here, we thought internally, what we already knew it was a very good location in South Forsyth County, but as we were looking at sites around the metro area, we were looking for sites that really had something different to them, and what this had was the connection to the Big Creek Greenway, and it was one of the major factors around us doing the Halcyon deal and believing it could be this successful, up here. And so, we really, in today's, retail, office, mixed-use environment, we really can't overstate the importance of the trail, and people that walk it, just you see the activity every day. So we're really excited to have this trailhead open and to move on from, as probably some folks will remember, the gravel parking lot and the porta potties, which is a former trailhead down the street. So we do think it's a great improvement, and we really look forward to welcoming the community as they park here and migrate over to Halcyon. And I also, from our side, as we kind of move through some things, it has a project like this and the land swap that Jim mentioned, and the partnership and building something like this and doing this type of situation does take a lot of time, and there's a lot of credit to be given to Forsyth County, various departments that worked with us, and then also from our group, Danielle Handy. When she first came on with us a few years ago, we sent her honestly right to Forsyth County, and she'll tell you that. And I said we need to start working much more closely with the county, who's going to be our partner going forward, not on just the trailhead, but in general, with Halcyon, to make it a place to where it is the community place, to go and have entertainment, eat, drink, walk the trailhead, and so on. So Danielle's done a really tremendous job over the last few years in seeing this through, and also Jim mentioned it is a very difficult situation. It's not flat land around here. There's a lot of topography, and I think something we're proud of at Halcyon, and Danielle had a lot to do with is making sure that the Halcyon connections to Big Creek Greenway were all ADA compliant, which a lot of people know is a really difficult thing to do with this type of topography. But it offers an opportunity for really everyone to use it, and just for the normal person to use it much more easily than coming up flights of stairs or so on, if that were to be the case. In any event, at this point I'll look through my notes to make sure I don't forget anything, although I think I covered most everything. But as the people from Halcyon and Rogue Point know, I do tend to ramble, so I'll make sure I cover and move on to Commissioner John. So, I would say in any event, we do, as we finish up Halcyon, we do think that the partnership with the county will continue to be very strong. This will continue to be, along with the Big Creek Greenway, one of the places to go in Metro Atlanta for entertainment, and will continue to be recognized as one of the premier places in the southeastern U.S. With that, I'd like to pass along to Chairman John, who again has been so instrumental in our work here.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Phil, once again, and thank you all for being here today. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our residents for their support of the Big Creek Greenway. It has been heavily used, so it's wonderful to see not just people, but families get out and use the Greenway. The trail is not only a great place to exercise and enjoy the beauty of nature, but it's also a connector to a lot of natural resources that we have here. It's also become a direct access to points for shopping, dining, and entertainment. You couldn't curate something better. I want to thank Phil Mays from Roca Point, David Silver from JLL, for all the work that they've put behind this, along with all the representatives from Halcyon. They were instrumental in bringing the Greenway right to our doorsteps. I would also like to thank Jim Pryor and his Parks Department for the wonderful job they are doing in making sure that the Greenway is well maintained and safe for all of us. I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize my fellow commissioners, Laura Simonson, Todd Levent, Molly Cooper, Cindy Mills, all of whom have been great partners in this process. Forsyth County is known for having top-notch parks and amenities, and we wouldn't be able to maintain or operate them without all of these people intricately involved. As Forsyth County continues to grow, being able to provide an easy path to connect with nature is something that not all communities have access to. So it is something that we value and we want to protect. So to all involved with making this trailhead a reality, thank you for your hard work, thank you for your dedication, and it'll be a reality that'll be utilized for many, many years to come. Thank you again.
With our Parks and Recreation in Forsyth County, we have some boards that support what we do, and I would like to recognize Kristen Morrissey and Gus Morris that are here today representing the Parks Foundation. They are a separate 501c3 that raises money for scholarships and park improvements. And so Kristen and Gus, thank you for being here today. And we also have a Parks and Recreation Board that is appointed by the county commissioners that we work with on a continual basis. I'd like to introduce Terry Johnson, who is here as our District 2 representative. This project is in her district, so she stays close to it. And then I want to turn the podium over to Mr. Gary Cooper, that is the chair of the Parks Board, for a few words.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, everyone, for being out today. On behalf of the Park and Recreation Board, we're excited about this project. We are blessed in Forsyth County with having great parks from north to south, east and west. The Big Creek Greenway is our crown jewel. It is one of the most used amenities in this county. And any time that we can take that most used amenity from a park perspective and we can partner with a great business development such as Halcyon, it's a win-win for the entire county. So very happy about this. Can't thank the park staff enough and Roca Point for making this happen. It's also a beautiful day, so hopefully we've got some great weather coming for everyone here so that they can enjoy this new trailhead. And again, thanks to the great staff, the county commissioners for helping make this a priority project. And this is for the community to enjoy, and appreciate everyone's time. Thank you.
That brings an end to our ceremony, and with any grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony, our final task is to cut the ribbon. We are going to do a little bit something challenging right here. We are going to take advantage of Roca Point's excellent artwork on the back side of this building and marketing of it. So we would like the commissioners, the county executives, the Roca Point officials, if you could take the sidewalk and come around to the back side of the building, and we will spread the ribbon out and cut it. I want to thank everybody for their attendance today and their support of both Halcyon and Forsyth County Parks and Recreation.